Hello and welcome to my channel. Today I'm going to be doing a reading for the sign of Capricorn for the month of September 2021. I've already cleansed the cards and your space. These are the two decks that I'll be using, this one as the main deck and this one as the clarifier. Some things about my readings. I've already shuffled the cards, but I'll do more shuffling here, and all of the cards start out in the upright, so if a card does come out in the reverse, I do take it as such. I also only take cards that come out in face up. For this reading, I will do 3 cards for the recent past, 3 cards for the present energies, and then 3 cards for the near future. I will also include all of the shuffling and the throwing of the cards, so if you don't want to see that, please feel free to jump ahead. I do talk to my cards, talk to my guides, so I apologize in advance if you find that annoying. All right, so for Capricorn, I have 3 cards for the recent past, please. Okay, thank you. Make sure you can see that. Okay. 2 more. Thank you. Thanks. For the okay, I will take this in the upright and these in the middle, actually. And then can I have 3 for the near future, please? And last one. Thank you. Okay, so in your recent past, you have the 10 of Cups, the King of Pentacles, and the Death card. So the Death card represents Scorpio energy. King of Pentacles, this is Pentacle energy, so Capricorn is included in that. It's Virgo, Taurus, Capricorn, and it feels like in the past, some of you could have been feeling really satisfied or fulfilled in both an emotional and financial nature. The King of Pentacles is generous with his coin, and again, as a Pentacle sign, Capricorn, this could be you feeling really, really not only abundant, but generous. There's a willingness here to give, is what I'm picking up the most about that. You could have, again, come to a place of financial stability or where you feel content, again, feel comfortable enough to give to others. The 10 of Cups is all about emotional fulfillment, being satisfied, but again, sharing that, having enough to go around, so to speak. But then we have the Scorpio card here, the Death, which is all about transformations. As in, every new death is a rebirth. I always get the image, I think this is a moth, but it also harkens back to a butterfly. And when it goes into the cocoon, it's not necessarily a death, but it is going through a change where a caterpillar has died and what emerges is a butterfly. So that could be you, especially with the World card here and your present energies, having gone through some sort of change in your energy. But let's get some clarification. Or alternatively, there could be, like I said, a Scorpio person who is financially stable, who is generous with his or her or their money or advice even, I just heard. All right, how about the 10 of Cups? Thank you. One more, please. Thank you. Oh, 2 for the King of Pentacles. Thank you. All right. And 2 for the Death, please. Thank you. One more. Thank you. Okay, so over the 10 of Cups, you got the Tower card, which represents change, upheaval, a shift. A lot of times this is something that shakes a situation down to the foundation where all of the illusions are washed away and all that's left, again, is the core of the issue. And then we have the 4 of Wands, or the Perfection card. Interesting. The aspect of the 4 of Wands in terms of perfection or completion, 4s are all about stability. And so reaching a place of spiritual stability. But it's interesting, you have the 4 of Wands is also the sort of marriage or the 11-11 card. But at the same time, we have this emotional fulfillment. We have this spiritual balance. But then the Tower just jumps in there. And maybe the emotional fulfillment and the perfection is the Tower moment. That is, it's unexpected, or you expected something to be quite stressful, but it isn't. I will definitely grab some more clarification on that Tower card. But it feels like either you shifted to this place of emotional contentment or fulfillment, or vice versa. You were in this place and then something happened in the recent past. You are going through a period of transformation, which is often called in by the Tower. So I feel like your status quo might have been upset by something. To clarify the King of Pentacles, the first card that came out was the 10 of Wands, or the Oppression card. The 10 of Cups, or the Repletion card, and the Son of Air, or the Knight of Swords. The Oppression card is really giving pressure more than oppression. In the same way that I said before, someone in the situation could have been so successful that it now becomes a burden. Maybe you are, right, incredibly successful and incredibly generous, and it came to a place where you, I don't want to say, why do I want to say taken advantage of? Or again, that success became a burden for you somehow, is the major thing I feel. The Son of Air is basically the, sorry, I just blanked out for a second. The Son of Air in this deck is the airy part of air. And that means quick-witted, fast-thinking, a little impulsive, Someone who enjoys the mental pursuits as well. And then we have the 10 of Cups, 2 tens, which also indicate an ending to a cycle, or a cycle coming to completion. Sometimes earth and air can be viewed as opposite elements. And so maybe a new idea, maybe a shift in your perspective, maybe you really getting in touch with your emotional energy is was caused by this Tower moment, something like that. But the major aspect of these cards in clarification makes me feel like you're both satisfied and happy with your success, with that repletion. Like you're like, I've accomplished something, but along with it comes a sense of pressure or oppression with it. For the Death card, came out the 2 of Cups and the 6 of Wands. This feels like you giving or receiving giving or receiving recognition in a relationship. It doesn't necessarily have to be romantic. It can be a family relationship. And maybe that is the shift, either you being more comfortable giving recognition or saying, okay, or receiving. Like I said, you are the one, or somebody in this situation is successful. The King of Pentacles is successful to the point of generosity. And so the transformation that is coming here could be, it feels like maybe he's the one that, not he, but this King of Pentacles energy is the one who might be demanding reciprocity or demanding recognition in some sort of relationship that is supposed to be balanced. I don't know, Capricorn. It's interesting. You have, again, the 10 of Cups coming out again. There is a heavy, heavy sense of, with victory, the 2 tens of Cups, the 4 of Wands, the perfection card, the love card. But then that death and the oppression is giving me everything was going fine, but now someone could be putting their foot down, demanding, again, reciprocity, demanding respect, or feeling burdened by their success. In the current energy, you have the World card, which is about completions, which is about things coming, cycles coming to an end, and new ones beginning for that matter. There's also a sense of balance with the World. Like, I'm getting the perfection card too. Like, I don't know why I keep putting my hands in a circle, but that's the vibe. In the middle, all of these cards flew out in the reverse. So we have the Lover's card, the 9 of Wands, the Princess of Swords, and the 8 of Swords, all in the reverse. Ooh, so I see that maybe here, you were the one, or someone in the situation could have been acting brashly is sort of what I want to say, but it's coming from a place of mental clarity. You had that Son of Swords going to the Princess of Swords in the reverse, and she too can be impulsive. She is younger or more naive than the Sun in traditional decks. And so in the reverse especially, it feels like a lashing out. It feels like a lashing out. And when I say lashing out, maybe harsh words or a firm correction. Either you gave someone a firm correction or someone gave you a firm correction. But it was out of... It was to shift what do I want to say? It was to shift the energy, right? The Eight of Swords in the reverse. In the upright, this person is trapped mentally, maybe in old or outdated patterns of thinking. Their mental energy seems scattered, and getting over that, it feels like she chooses a sword and she starts to cut shit out. Especially with the Lovers card also being here, too, in the reverse, and the Six of Cups here, which, I mean, these energetically, it's two people, it's about duality, it's about reciprocity as well. But in the reverse, and there was some change. There was some sort of change in the past in a relationship, obviously with this Death and Rebirth card. So this could be in that same relationship where you have a stroke of, not a stroke of genius, but you have a clarity of mind, a clarity of thought, and you speak harshly or speak firmly to somebody here. The Nine of Wands in the upright, this is your spiritual energy having been formed sort of into a gate. This can be defensiveness, so maybe you spoke from a place of defensiveness, or somebody was in the situation. Is also the Wounded Warrior card, like you have fought hard up until this point, and it's an indication that you have to persevere just a little bit more. In the reverse, it kind of feels like a capitulation, like you've given up, like, but throwing your hands up is the image I'm getting in my head, like you kind of thing. And maybe you had been holding yourself back, maybe you had been holding your tongue, and you finally just said, I have to say what I have to say, especially with the Star card next to it. All major arcana here being represented. But the Star card, you see, in addition to this sort of sunburst on her forehead, it's in the position of her third eye as well. So I get, again, that sense of clarity, a firmness in your position. And with that being right under the Death card, maybe the shift has been for you really getting in line with what you want, or really truly understanding what you want, and maybe making change or shifting in order to realign towards that. All right. Anything for the World card? Can I have 2 for the World card, please? Thank you. Okay. How about all of this? Thank you. And finally, the Star card, please. 2. No face, no case. 2 for the Star, please. 1 more. Is that a card? No. 1 more, please. Thanks. Okay. So out over the world, we have the 3 of Pentacles, or the Work card. We have the World card yet again, Universe represented here. And then we have the 4 of Pentacles, or the Stability card. The first thing that I noticed when that came out is, in the recent past, you had the Perfection card, and it feels like the shift here is to stability. Wand energy is flighty, right? It's fire. It's volatile, and it feels like a momentary perfection. Maybe you were happy for a moment, or the balance of perfection didn't last. The change that you're going through now is something to create something way more stable, way more grounded. It is in your element of earth here. And so the shift could be from something that is short term, or something that's okay for the moment to something that can stand the test of time. Whatever that something is, whether it's your emotional fulfillment, whether it's sorting out this relationship here, whatever it is longer lasting and stronger. The work card, the Three of Pentacles, this is just what it said, work. Sometimes this can be about cooperation among people. And again, with the Lovers card and the Love card, it could be in a relationship where the energy has shifted to more reciprocal, or now that you've had whatever Tower moment this is, or whatever death and rebirth, whatever cycle is coming to an end. The shift could be that everyone is now on the same page, right? You are all working toward the same goal. Bees have different jobs, but the end goal is the success and safety of the hive. And so it could be you and other people coming together to do work or work toward a common goal. Or this could be your head, your heart, and your will all now conspiring, especially with the Star card here. You're getting in line, as I said before, with what it is you want. So you might set your intentions, set your heart, say your affirmations, and also think about what you can do in the physical realm to work towards that goal. And then again, the universe indicating endings and beginnings of cycles. Over this chunk of cards in the middle, we got the Moon card, all about intuition. Can represent things hidden, but particularly in this deck, these flowers only bloom in the nighttime, or basically under the light of the moon. And so when I said there was a clarity here with the Eight of Swords in the reverse, maybe you have been doing shadow work at night, or doing your affirmations or journal writing, or gazing at the moon even. But it feels to me like you have been, or will be, or should be in the current energy, getting in touch with your intuition. And I keep hearing that Drake verse, I come alive in the nighttime. And not in the party way, but in a, your chakras are open, your third eye is cleared here. The Five of, that's brutal. We have the Five of Wands here, a card of conflict. But this represents the Five of Wands. And I like this card more than the Five of Swords, because the Five of Wands, being spiritual energy, feels more like a challenge, right? It's not something that you can actually, and in the traditional card, it's like all these five people fighting with sticks, right? Fighting with swords is quite different than fighting with sticks. You're equally yoked to everybody who is fighting, and it's a challenge. It's a call to level up. And as I said, I feel like you're using your intuition to do that. Not to say that it won't be tough mentally, or I mean that it won't be tough spiritually, because obviously it is. Fives are cards of change, are cards of conflict, but as we see, you are going through a change here. There is a cycle that is coming to an end. And especially if it is in a relationship, it is hard. It is definitely hard. Over the Star card, you have the Hanged Man and the Eight of Swords, or the Swiftness card. This is all about communication, messages, things happening quickly, but these are very opposite in nature. The Hanged Man is in a state of suspension, and swiftness is all about things moving or happening quickly. And maybe this here is your spiritual energy. You are having a lot of connection, not only with your intuition, but with the universe and your guides here. And so the message with that is, I'm like, the message with that, I feel, is like you have to be quiet to hear. And that's quieting your spiritual energy. That's quieting, where was that? Oh, quieting your brain that's going a mile a minute. Quieting your fears that might have you thinking, ugh, I'm exhausted, I don't want to do this anymore. The message here to be quiet, just get quiet and listen. Your questions can and will be answered. There's a lot of connection, again, and intercession with the universe here. So I think currently, right now, is a great time to do that shadow work. Now is a great time to start getting in touch with, trying to get in touch with your guides. I mean, you're watching tarot right now, which is an amazing first step, I think. Or not an amazing first step, but is an amazing tool in your arsenal to hone your spiritual energy. There is a sense of sacrifice attached with the Hanged Man as well. That's oftentimes externally imposed. So maybe all of this tower stuff that happened in the past wasn't of your doing or wasn't your choice, but now you're in a place of like, okay, well, now that we're here, this cycle has ended, it's time to get to work, but I'm going to move forward now, more in touch with myself, more in line with what I really want, which is lovely. Yay, I love that. In the near future, you have the Two of Wands in the reverse. You have the Prince of Cups. And you have the Six of Cups. All of these being together is hearkening back to this Hanged Man energy. I feel like you're still working through that a little bit in the near future. The Two of Wands in the upright, as you can see, there's different directions that this person can go. And it can be weighing two viable options. It can also be tormented thoughts, you know, not being sure which way to go. And I feel like that's not even a question that you're asking yourself now. You're like, I'm not even interested in going anywhere. I really just kind of want to heal my inner child. Is the first thing I want to say with that. The Prince of Cups, you see he's holding that cup here. And this is a dreamy card. It's about an invitation, an offer of love generally, but I'm reading it here as, I mean, in order to offer your cup of love, there has to be an openness of spirit, an openness of emotion. Your heart has to be receptive. And I think that you're now in a place where you are more receptive. And with the Six of Cups, this is my nostalgia card. So returns from the past, or again, checking in with family, healing family issues, including your inner child. For some of you, it could be someone coming back around from the past to offer you a cup of love, and that might have you sort of in a state of suspension. But based on these other cards that we saw here, I also think that for some of you, that is just an openness and a willingness to, again, reconnect, to get in touch with what it is you want as you're in this state of suspension. All right, what of the Two of Wands? Okay. How about the Prince of Cups? Two for the Prince of Cups, please. Thank you. One more. Thank you. And how about the Six of Cups? Whoa. Something was upright, but it just said JK. Two for the Six of Cups, please. Thank you. One more. One more, please. So out over this Two of Wands in the reverse, we have the Mother of Earth, the Queen of Pentacles. We have the Mother of Air, the Queen of Swords. We have the Ten of Swords, or the Destruction card. And we have the Son of Earth. Interesting. I think it's interesting too that we have two earth signs, two air energies as well. And maybe these are the two people on either side of this equation, maybe in a stalemate. On one side, the Queen of Pentacles and the Son of Earth. Together, this is all about... I'm being harken back to also this King of Pentacles. There could be a whole family unit here involved. The thing on either side of the equation that I'm picking up is the Mother of Earth and the Son of Earth are all about not only having abundance, but as I said, similar to the King of Pentacles, is providing, nurturing. There's a stability that provides fertility for other people. Again, you can support them financially, emotionally, otherwise. There's a calmness here in both of these. The Mother of Air and the Destruction, she is much more individual in nature. Her pursuits and her character in general as a Queen of Swords can be one of being aloof, separated, again, very independent. With her coming out with the Destruction card, as you can see, there are 10 vultures here. And the aspect of, in this destruction with the vultures, they're sort of the hope in the situation, right? They're the one who cleans up. This death was inevitable anyway. It feels like you have reached the end of the road in some situation or another, especially with the World card coming out twice, and the Death and Rebirth card, and the Tower card. So you've absolutely come to the end of some cycle here. And now the hope is cleaning it up, right? But you are doing that with a mental clarity, with a sense of individuality, and a sense of justice too. She's all about doing things fairly. What she values is the truth. What she values too is balance. And I think on the other side of the equation is another energy that's demanding not individuality, is demanding a nurturing, and demanding you or somebody in the situation to be everything to everybody. And that could be the stalemate. That could be the internal stalemate here. Like, do I do things individually for me? Say I can't do this anymore. The Destruction card is also bringing me back here to this Nine of Wands in the reverse, of feeling like you want to give up. Like I said, throw your hands up. Despite being clear what you want, there's a part of you that's like, whatever. Again, a capitulation, I think, is a word that I used. Interesting. Take that however it resonates. Over the Prince of Cups, you have the High Priestess card, all about, again, intuition, right there under the moon as well. Heavy moon energy, Pisces energy as well. But she has a connection to the divine. She understands the value of life because of death, kind of thing. There's a balance. There's a calmness, again, connection, and a knowing here. And then you have the Four of Cups, which is about comfort. This can be also a card of apathy, when you are so comfortable that you become bored in a situation. And I don't know, maybe some of you are being, for those of you who somebody will be coming back from the past with an offer of love, maybe the lesson here is trusting your intuition. You might have been here once before and you know how the story ends, is what I heard. For those of you that's not the case, where instead there's an openness or willingness, or a need at least emotionally, to be open, it's very much pouring into yourself. It feels like you're starting all over again, right? Like you had the 10 of Cups twice in the recent past, and then the cycle ended, and now it's like, okay, I'm back to filling my cups up, but it's with different stuff than you were filling it before. Different juices in the cup now. Perhaps in the past it was about generosity, about giving. That's where your cups got filled, in the giving. But here it feels like pouring into yourself is the shift that is filling your cups this time around. Heavy on the individuality. And then the 6 of Cups was clarified by the Ace of Cups and the Judgment card. This always looked like John Voight to me, right? Doesn't it? Is that his name? I don't want to say Clint Eastwood. Not Clint Eastwood. Is it John Voight? Either way. The thing about this card is he's looking in the mirror, right? This is about, this could be somebody coming back from the past. Judgments can be about a reckoning or a reconciliation as well. So definitely for some of you, this could be somebody coming back around, to offer this cup of love back around to you. For others of you, where I said that healing your inner child becomes important, that's exactly what this feels like to me. He's looking in the mirror. The image is cracked. Obviously, he has actualized into a real human, like a whole adult. But looking back, he's seeing the cracks inside. And that is all about healing your inner child. What traumas from my childhood are still affecting me today? Why am I repeating the same cycles or having the same problems? And sometimes going back to the past is what we need. The Ace of Cups, as I said, definitely could be somebody coming back from the past to offer you a cup of love. But oftentimes this cup can pour into yourself, right? You had the 2 of Cups before, you had the Lovers in the reverse, and now it's like, I just said that pouring into yourself is the priority here. And healing yourself, pouring into yourself is valuing yourself enough to do that work, right? To do the healing. You are very, I said, generous at feeding and giving to other people. But the shift here might be, how do I pour into myself? How do I assert my authority, my individuality? Oh, you know what? Before I pull these oracle cards, I did say that I wanted to clarify what that tower was. Why? Okay. So let's see if we can't see. What is this Tower card in the past, please? No face, no case. Make sure they're upright. Okay. What's this Tower card, please? Bruh. Okay, can I have one more? Okay, that wanted to come out. One more, please. One more in the upright. I mean, face up. Clear messages. One more face up, please. Okay. We have the Tower card, the Three of Cups, and the Knight of Wands. So the Tower card coming out again, it could have been an upset or, yeah, it could have been an upset in your friend group. The Three of Cups is all about celebrations. Obviously, you see three women celebrating. It's conviviality, can be drinking as well. But something got upset. The Knight of Wands is very fiery, passionate, impulsive, can be very, very impulsive, can be flighty as well, can also act rashly. He's not in the upright. I mean, he's not in the reverse, but there could have been some sort of upheaval caused by this knight, maybe brash words or brash actions from somebody in your friend group or in your immediate environment. So it could be a sibling as well, something like that. But where previously it was like, hey, everybody, glasses up. It feels like for some of you, the shift happened quite quickly. I actually want to ask to help me with this Five of Wands or conflict card. Okay, one more, please. Too many? Have one more, please, for this Five of Wands. So over the Five of Wands, the conflict card, we got the Six of Pentacles and the Queen of Wands. Like I said before, some of you, the issue is that generosity. You're giving, you're giving, you're giving. The Six of Pentacles is about generosity, and in particular, the aspect of having enough to give. You see how he's bestowing the gifts on the others. A balance. A reciprocity, another reciprocity with these twos, the Lover's card, and that scales there. I'm thinking about that, and maybe the scales were too heavily balanced again on you giving. The Queen of Wands is about a card of confidence. She goes after what she wants. She's assertive. But this is internal. Often queens are about sort of internal energy, and kings are external. And so there is, again, a shift of where you know what you want. And maybe being as generous as you have been isn't it anymore. If this isn't a relationship for some of you, the Six of Pentacles, the Six of Pentacles can be about breadcrumbing, like someone hitting you up when they want to hit you up, or leaving that door kind of open, mini open, leading you on, essentially. So there could be an Aries, Leo, Sagittarius person leading you on, causing this conflict. That could be whatever is hidden in this sort of relation or in this relationship situation. Somebody's breadcrumbing you and not very serious about it. And then I will just ask one more. How about the Judgment down here? Well, not only do I see you emerging from this Hangman situation, I think I said that in the current energy, I still felt a little bit like you might have been in a state of suspension or stalemate. But with this card coming up in the final energy and a new cup, you definitely will be making some sort of shift, change, decision in the near future. What of the Judgment card, please? No face, no case. Thank you. Look at that. That's your card here. Oh my gosh, look at you. Okay. So you got the Devil card, which is your energy, Capricorn energy, and you got the Ace of Cups, which, I mean, how can we say that? That's definitely another cup, a sense of limitless emotional potential and openness, either for something new, you're pouring into yourself. The Judgment card, it feels like you getting back to you, healing your inner child, getting into your energy. The Devil energy can be, when it comes up in a reading, I'm Capricorn rising, so I don't think this card is all that bad. Capricorn people are the ones who, they sort of look out for the pitfalls so they can do right, or like they focus on the bad so that they can do good a lot of the times. And so they're very clear on it's like they're very clear on the worst case scenario. I don't know why I want to say that. But this is also a card of playfulness and of indulgence, but not necessarily in an overly indulgent way. So don't be scared of the Capricorn card. I love it. You are in your own energy. Long story short, it feels like a reckoning or a reawakening back to who you are. After having healed that inner child and done that work, you're now pouring into yourself. Okay, let's get some oracle cards. I'm going to use the New Orleans Oracle deck. And so we will pull 3 and I'll read those for you guys. All right, can I have 3 final cards for the lessons, outcome, advice for Capricorn? Lessons, outcome, advice for Capricorn. Okay. Lessons, outcome, advice for Capricorn. 2 more, please. Thank you. Two more. Lessons, outcome, advice for Capricorn, please. Is that 2? 1 more. Thank you much. Okay, so let's see what we got. The first one says music healing. Actually, I'm being drawn back to that card. Remember I said healing your inner child, and look at that record player there. Music. Alrighty. Music healing. There's healing in and through music for you. Music can be one of the greatest healing modalities available to us. With or without words, the melodies and rhythms reach deep into your soul to create inspiration, excitement, healing, and release. If you have chosen this card, the universe is urging you to spend some time in a musical environment. Whether you create the music, dance to the music, or just listen to it, Being in the musical energy will help attune your vibration to the highest good for the next steps of your life. You also have the Elusive Priestess. The Elusive Priestess is the embodiment of the obvious not being so obvious. She's an entity that you know but may not have proof of, and the words that would allow you to make clear-cut decisions if only they were spoken aloud. The situation that you are thinking of has much learning potential for you. However, your focus has been placed on details that will not help you gain the forward movement you desire. What is your goal, and how can you work towards that goal within your own power? There are some immovable energies at work, and you will likely grow tired and irritable if you continue focusing your efforts in this current way. It is time to be flexible and acknowledge that there are additional ways to accomplish your goal, even if they are not what you consider to be the preferred way. The good news is that you have everything you need to move forward if you're willing to let go of how you have believed things should be. And then we have Create Your Reality, the Dragonfly. The Dragonfly is about perception, illusion, and transformation in mental energy. You have pulled this card because you've grown stronger in your manifestation skills, and it is necessary to pay attention to where you choose to focus your thoughts and energy. Think about what you want, not about what you don't want. Has a recent situation not been to your liking and led you to focus on what is lacking as opposed to what is abundant? There are often triggers that can tempt us to dwell on what we don't want. But when the dragonfly shows up, it's letting us know that we've grown beyond the thoughts that control us. It is now time to mindfully choose what you will focus on as you move forward in your life. Awesome, lovely, lovely final cards for you, Capricorn. I hope that you found this reading relevant. Please give this video a thumbs up if you found this helpful or if it resonated with you. Also, feel free to share this video with a friend if you think it might help them. Feel free to leave me a comment down below if you have any questions or congratulations. No criticisms, please. Anyway, if you have any questions or comments, please feel free to leave them down below. And also feel free to subscribe. I'll be doing more of these readings and different spreads as well. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye-bye.